Hi, this is Jared from the G2 Gallery podcast. Today I'm interviewing one of our photographers, Fred Mertz. Fred Mertz has been a photographer for 30 years, and he spent a number of years working in Silicon Valley, correct?
Correct.
And you've now, since you've stopped in Silicon Valley, have been really focusing on your photography.
For the most part, yes.
Yeah. Now that you're photographing a lot of landscape photography, a lot of nature photography, do you feel like your relationship with nature has changed? Do you feel like maybe you're more aware of things like climate change or anything with like genetically mutating plants or anything like that? I mean, do you feel like you're more aware or protective of the land?
I've seen some changes, in Yosemite and up in, some of the higher elevations in the Sierra where I have seen some of these changes. Certainly the glaciers just aren't as thick as they were in the past. And I do see a lot of, I don't know, a lot is the right word, but I mean, I've seen swaths of forest that were green the season before, the year before, and now they've turned totally brown. I don't know what that's all about, if it's directly attributed to climate change or some type of insect infestation. Yeah, it does trouble me when I read and I see works from other photographers and in different magazines and the impact on some of these places.
So now you're photographing quite a bit, right?
Well, not as much as I'd like.
Yeah. Where else would you like to photograph? Like where else would you like to go?
Well, I started off, I really had the good fortune of, being in California and, living in Northern California, the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm really, it's situated in, it really is just geographically a wonderful place to be in. I mean, it's only, I'm not that far from the ocean. I'm not that far from the Sierra and Yosemite. I'm not that far from Lake Tahoe. But I've always felt that I could just make a lifetime of photographing in California. And I still do believe that. I mean, you do have to get out there and you do have to go. I visit many of the same places over and over and over again. And every time it's a little bit different. The seasons are different. The atmospherics are different. But it's also learning the subtleties of the seasons. It's also learning the subtleties of the light in different atmospherics and what you can do with it. So I do think about, I kind of pre-plan my shoots more times than not. I don't like, I never go out to shoot to a new place without really scouting it ahead of time. Right. Because I just feel, I just need to think about it. I need to see how it, it impacts me and how it makes me feel and what it is that I want to bring out. But having said that, there's a lot of times I just like to just go to a place and just go for a walk and bring a camera and a tripod. And I find a lot of really neat little things just by looking, just by keeping your eyes open. Things that, things that a lot of people just pass right on by. Yeah. And they never really give it a second look. And I love to be able to come home, and it's just a wonderful feeling when you see something like that and then can't, wait to rush home and put it into the computer and really see what you have. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming in. This is Jared from the G2 Gallery. Please stay tuned. We'll have more podcasts coming to you. Thank you. All thoughts and opinions expressed in this interview were that of the interviewer.